Hello, dear students. Welcome to the explanation of stanza 6 of Adrian Rich's poem, Snapshots of a Daughter-in-Law. So far, we have come across very stark images where Adrian Rich brings out the kind of restraints and the kinds of impositions that are there on women. And ironically, some of them see it and some of them don't. And what appears to some women as something natural, Rich sees that it is not natural, the kind of life that they are living, but it is a perfect kind of a setup that has been created by the male dominated society to suit their own needs. So, first of all, I'll read out stanza 6 to you. When to her lute Corina sings, neither words nor music are her own, only the long hair dipping over her cheek, only the song of silk against her knees, and these adjusted in reflections of an eye, poised, trembling, and unsatisfied before an unlocked door. That cage of cages, tell us, you bird, you tragical machine, is the fertile entity du lure, pinned down by love, for you the only natural action? Are you edged more keen to prize the secrets of the vault? Has nature shown her household books to you, daughter-in-law, that her sons never saw? So here we see that there is an image of a woman, Corina, who is singing a song. But ironically, the song that she sings, the words are not her own, neither is the music. It is a song that has been created by some men, music created by another. And she sings it, but her heart is not there. Only an image of a beautiful, pretty woman and her hair dipping over her cheek, only the song of silk against her knees, and these adjusted in reflections of an eye. Whose eye is that? Now, this is the eye of men. This is the eye of men who see women only as a beautiful object, who define women by their beauty, not by their own talents. So, in the case of Koreana also, she is singing somebody else's song, and in the act of doing so, she is ignoring her own talent. And Rich further goes on to say that she's poised, trembling, unsatisfied before an unlocked door. She's poised though, but she's trembling and unsatisfied at the same time. And here's the image of an unlocked door. What is meant by that unlocked door? This is the unlocked door to the self, to her own self, to the self of women, which they are never really able to enter, that cage of cages. And this is the master of all cages that they are supposed to live in. Master of all cages in the sense that they do not even go towards the path of self realization, entering themselves, knowing their true selves. They are so set up and they are so surrounded by the patriarchal setup that they themselves are hardly able to look inside their own consciousness, their own talents, their own destinations. And then she brings in the image of a bird, and she, as if it's like addressing the bird, that do you really understand what your purpose is? Pinned down by love for you the only natural action. And it's strange, how love and how nature are connected to women. Women are seen as nature, as nature, as objects of love, as if it is the only function of being a woman is to provide love to men, a love and care and unflinching kind of dedication to them. So by making all this something natural to the being of women, patriarchy succeeds in keeping them in bounds. And she's questioning it. Rich is questioning it, that Don't you want to know the secrets of this world? Has nature shown her household books to you? So while you are pinned down, while your identity is pinned down to nature, do you really realize that you are not nature? You are a human as a male, and you have your own life. You can have your own destiny. But by pinning you down, by attaching you to nature, men have succeeded in keeping you in bounds. So goes the case with every daughter-in-law, and that her sons never saw. And this is something, you know, the sons do see. You see, they do see that what is happening over there. But everything has been programmed, and everything has been made to look so natural that even men, they do not see that women are being bound by the strategies that have been created by patriarchal setups over decades, over centuries. Now let us see what is there in the general explanation that I've been using. What this author says is that in part six, Rich suggests that women are somehow always positioned outside the hub of things as creature only to love and serve, pretty much as I was telling you. So is Jeevan Kumar, perhaps in other words, and perhaps see to the household accounts, men, nature's superior creations. So this bifurcation is always there, that men are in some way or the other superior to women. Nature is personified as a woman with grown sons, and all women are her daughters-in-law rather than her daughters. Daughters-in-law in what makes this is very interesting what Jeevan Kumar says here, but he doesn't explain it. That why is it that women are not looking at their succeeding generation as daughters, but most of them are looked at as daughters-in-law. So that there is a kind of difference in the relationship that a woman shares with a daughter and a daughter-in-law. All the impositions that are set up by patriarchy, she becomes a functionary. The mother-in-law becomes a functionary in carrying out those things that have been created by man. So just to prove that, here is the example of Coriana. She denies her own talents to sing, and she sings the words of music of men. But Rich expresses a regret that Coriana is seduced by images of beauty and perpetrated by the patriarchal psyche. Through this image, Rich is suggesting that patriarchal tradition has always seen women in a subordinate position to men, and that they have presented this subordinate position as something natural than something created. As I told you, it's passed on. It is passed on as if it's only natural. But ironically, Rich does not believe in these myths propagated by patriarchy, and she deeply interrogates the superiority of males in the so-called patriarchal society. Thank you.